Hey guys, this is Ian McGill coming at you today with some inspiration and motivation. I had some things here I wanted to bring to your attention that has been, I guess, just an eye opener or a revelation for me, as a Christian. I am a Christian here, and my values are based on that when it comes to my life and my time. There was a phrase that I heard, the other night I was at church, and the phrase was brought up, my pastor, and it was concerning time. And the phrase was, we should view time as a tangible commodity in order to treat it or value it properly. All right? Once again, we should view time as a tangible commodity in order to treat it or value it properly. He was talking about, management during that time, management of your time. And, as a Christian today, time is important when it comes to managing things in your life. And here, what I wanted to talk about that was on my mind was management of a certain subject in your life, and that was management of money. As a Christian, when it comes to Christian money management, you don't have to be a Christian out there concerning that, but I'm speaking to, those like myself who are Christians. There's an understanding concerning Christian money management. All right, so I wanted to read you a story here that I got, out of one of my favorite books to read, and it's the Christian Bible, and it's the book of Matthew chapter 25, starting in verse 14, and it reads like this. It says, and it's a parable that's there. In other words, the parable is a story that is spoken because in the Bible there's a lot of storytelling that went on to give understanding of a subject, understanding of a type of teaching that you need to get, or you wanted to get a subject, or to bring understanding, they would tell a story or a parable concerning it to give them something to relate to or in their life and so forth. So that's what a parable is. So in this parable here, it reads like this. It says, reading it, "For it will be like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted to them his property. To one he gave 5 talents," and here a talent is standing for money. This is his servants. "To one of his servants he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to each according to his ability." He gave the talents or the money to the servants based on their ability. Then he went away. All right, so the man went away. The ones that the servants worked for, their boss, he went away. Verse 16, it says, "He who had received the 5 talents or the money went at once and traded with them, and he made 5 talents more." Verse 17, "So also he who had the 2 talents made 2 talents more." Then it goes on to say, "But he who had received the 1 talent went and dug in the ground and hid his master's money. Now after a long time the master of those servants came and settled accounts with them. And he who had received the 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 talents more, saying, 'Master, you delivered to me 5 talents. Here I have made 5 talents more.' His master said to him, 'Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master.'" Verse 22, "And he also who had the 2 talents came forward, saying, 'Master, you delivered to me 2 talents. Here I have made 2 talents more.' His master said to him, 'Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter the joy of your master.'" Verse 24 says, "He also who had received the 1 talent came forward, saying, 'Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, and gathering where you scattered no seed. So I was afraid, and I went and hid your talent," the money, "in the ground where you in the ground. Here you have what is yours." So in other words, he hid it in the ground, and he wanted to give it back to him. Here you have what is yours. But his master answered him, You wicked and slothful servant, you knew that I reap where I have not sown, and gather where I scattered no seed. Then you ought to have invested my money with the bankers, and at my coming I should have received what was my own with interest instead. So take the talent from him and give it to him who has the 10 talents. For to everyone who has will more be given, and he will have an abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And cast the worthless servant into outer darkness. So that's a parable. And what it was talking about was money management, and as a Christian, what I got out of that, it was talking about, as a Christian, your Christian money management. There was some management going on there. There was one servant that he, managed the money that he received well, and he actually got more money. Then the second one, he received less money than the first servant, but he managed that money well, and he received more. But the third one, well, he managed his money too, but it wasn't prosperous for him. He managed incorrectly. All right? As a Christian out there, one of the things I had to learn was, my Christian money management. How to manage correctly as a Christian for my values. And in managing money, you can manage it badly or you can manage it well. Like, for example, in my home-based business that I'm in here, there's a lot of teaching on how to manage the money. Manage the money towards prosperity, manage the money towards getting more money, setting things up for retirement. As a Christian, I needed to find a way to manage that money, with integrity, with moral values, but it had to be good management. All right. There's a lot of people that, when it comes to managing money, they just manage the money that they have, or they don't manage the money that they have at all. But the mindset of managing the money, according to this parable, to make more money, that's kind of like a foreign concept. Even if you're a Christian, or if you're just a religious person, or you just have, certain types of values that it goes against gaining in prosperity or gaining in money and so forth, well, it's not exactly correct. You can manage your money well to balance your life. You can manage the money well, and it will be increased automatically if you're a good manager. And as a Christian, when it comes to Christian money management, find something that's going to help you to manage the money that you have and to give you wisdom in order to increase your finances and your money. Blessings for me, I was able to find a good business that I can actually work with that will help me to manage my money, to manage my marketing concerning that. Working online is a good deal concerning that. There's some Christians, they think that, it's best just to do a hard day's work and then that's good enough. Well, it is good enough, but when it comes to working hard for something that is actually going to bless the rest of your life, working hard for things that's actually going to set you up for retirement, working hard for things that's going to bless your children and your grandchildren, having an honest day's work or a hard day's work on something that's actually going to increase your life, that is what the focus should be on. That servant there only had the one talent, I'm pretty sure he worked pretty hard to bury that money, and it was there for a long time. He managed it, he did what he thought was right. But when his master came back, he found it was the wrong thing. As a Christian, my Christian money management has to be on task for blessing my family, the head of my household, those that are around me, and as in owning my own business here, my own business, I have to manage that money correctly too. All right, so that's for you. If you found value in this video here, go ahead and comment, click the link at the bottom. I would love to hear your feedback concerning, Christian money management, whether you're a Christian or not. But targeting those as, that's my genre. I want to make sure that there's Christians out there, or even just a religious person, that you need to understand that, you need to manage your money well, for the rest of your life, the rest of your time. Because as the phrase that I got there, for your time, don't waste it. Because we should view time as a tangible commodity in order to treat it or value it properly. All right, so treat it and value your time properly. Work on your Christian money management. And once again, comment, click the link at the bottom. Let me know what your feedback is, if you found value with this, and I'll see you in the next video. All right.